Chris, did you ever play past the junior varsity level of basketball?
Well, I got asked to leave the varsity team. So, yes, I did play varsity basketball, but I got asked to leave.
And why did you get asked to leave?
Creative differences with the coach.
And what kind of creative differences?
He thought that I was probably a little bit better at football, and they were like, we don't want to risk you getting hurt and taking your time, so we need to get you out to run track and play football. So they said, it's probably the best thing for you.
DC ain't even make JV team. I love it.
I 100% did, and I was asked to leave. And, there's a lot of people out there that know why and that can stay. It's not something we need to dig up.
It was fighting was involved, if I'm not mistaken, correct? You beat somebody. Basically, you bullied somebody.
I was a lover, not a fighter, and I have the daughter to prove it, So
Welcome to Big B Daily. No frauds allowed.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to Big B Daily. We appreciate it. This is your man, Big B, Brian Hanley. What is happening, man? We got a lot going on. We are live on TikTok. We're live on YouTube. Still a lot going on today, man. We got some things to cover. Let me make a quick change here on TikTok. Got to make a change. But yeah, man, we got a lot going on. There's just a lot going on with the whole 76ers and the Bulls. That win. Jontay Porter could very well be one of the dumbest people on the face of the earth. Do you guys not agree? One of the dumber people that have walked on this earth. And then the NCAA just throws their hands up and says, we're done. We're done. You transfer as many times as you want. No legislation. You guys figure it out. So that's kind of where they're at with it. We're going to cover all that and more today on Big B Daily. We appreciate you being here. Again, as always, live on TikTok, live on YouTube. TikTok, continue to tap the screen. We want to try to get as many people in here as possible. 5,000 likes and at least 30 new follows. So if you're in here and you're not following, please give us a follow. We appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Same thing on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. TikTok, please click the link in the bio and come subscribe to Big B Sports Talk over on YouTube and join the live chat, man. We appreciate all that. And if you want to try to drive the conversation, you know how to do that. You like what we're doing and you appreciate it and you want to support the show, please, you know how to do it. TikTok, gifts, there's a tip jar link in the bio. Like, subscribe. More importantly, share the live so we can try to get as many people in here as possible, man. Try to get as many people as possible. So we appreciate that. Same thing on YouTube, man. Super chats are wide open. Let's go, people. So the first thing is NBA play-in games last night. The Bulls and the 76ers, they win. 76ers didn't play great, but they were able to get the win. I like the 76ers over the Knicks, by the way, in the first round. If Embiid is healthy, the way that him and Maxey are playing, if they can get any help from anybody else, I think the 76ers beat the Knicks in the first round. I just, as much as I want the Knicks to get to the conference finals, if Embiid is healthy enough to play, they are going to beat the Knicks, and they're going to do it in 6 games, man. I hate to say it. But that's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's brutal. My man Houston, he's not happy with me. He's New York, everything. I'm sorry, brother. The Lakers are going down. Or not the Lakers, the Knicks are going down. The Knicks are going down. So it's happening. It's happening, people. Don't be mad at me, Knicks fans. Don't be mad at me. I'm just telling the truth. Y'all know me. I'm just a truth teller. I'm just giving you the news. That's all I'm doing. So the Bulls, on the other hand, the Bulls are going to end up making the playoffs. because we saw Jimmy Butler get hurt. Report came out this morning. It's probably a torn MCL. They're saying that it's an injured MCL. Whatever the case may be, I don't even know if Miami made it. I don't think he's playing in the playoffs. So I just think, Jimmy Butler's not playing anymore. They said he's going to be out several weeks. That probably means at least 6 to 8 weeks. I think the Bulls are going to beat the Heat, and the Bulls are going to end up being the playoffs. Now, are they going to do anything? No. They're going to get beat by the Celtics, probably a sweep. But either way, it is what it is. It is what it is. So the Bulls, they played a great game. Kobe White last night, Lord have mercy. He must have heard the Big B NBA awards. We didn't give him the most improved. He must have heard that yesterday. He went completely off. 42? What are we doing? Yeah, just went completely off. Atlanta, I mean, I don't know. I kind of thought it was a throwaway game because neither one of them are going to do anything in the playoffs. But if the Bulls make it, which it looks like they're going to make it because I don't think Miami can beat them without Jimmy Butler. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not a Bulls guy. I'm not sure. I don't like the Bulls, how they're constructed, but who knows? Who knows, man? Either way, neither one of them are going to do anything because they're going to play the Celtics in the first round, and that's going to end in 4 games, 5 tops. 5 tops. So, and that's kind of how the way that I look at it. So, 76ers, on the other hand, look, Embiid is out there playing. If he's healthy enough to play, like I said before, they're beating the Knicks. They're beating the Knicks. I'm sorry. That's going to happen. I know Knicks fans are going to hate me. I know Knicks fans are mad at me. Bottom line is, Embiid and Maxey, if they're healthy and can play, they're beating the Knicks. I'm sorry, Dave. It's happening. It's happening. Don't be mad at me. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger. I just give you the news. I just give you the truth. That's all I do. That's all I do. Don't be mad at me. I'm just giving you the truth. Now, if the Knicks win, I'm not going to be mad because I don't have a dog in the fight. However, what I think the 76ers are better than the Knicks. That's what I think. So when it comes down to it, I believe that's going to happen. So, but let's move on, man. I got to get on this Jontay Porter thing. I got to get on it. I say this a lot, and I kid with people. I say, that people are stupid and people are dumb, and that's the dumbest decision that I've ever heard of. Jontay Porter literally, people, made one of the dumbest decisions that I think I've heard of in my entire life. He literally, 13 bets, got a lifetime ban. Just for anybody that doesn't know, Jontay Porter was given a lifetime ban yesterday from the NBA. The reason why is because he decided to make bets not just on sports, not just on NBA games. He bet on his team and his team to lose. And then he made prop bets on himself, an $80,000 prop bet for a guy that's averaging 3.8 points a game. He bet $80,000 that he wasn't going to score 4 points in the game. He was going to underperform in the game. The payout was like $1.5 million. He plays 3 minutes or 4 minutes. All of a sudden, he doesn't play the rest of the game because he's sick. And the betting platform is like, hold on a second. Who in the hell, number one, is betting $80,000 on Jontay Porter to underperform? That makes no sense. And then all of a sudden, he goes out there and plays 8 games. Wait a second, we need to look into this. Well, lo and behold, they looked into it, and it was his dumb ass. Lord have mercy. I just don't get. And then they put a freeze on it and said, nope, we ain't paying this out, man. We smell a rat. We ain't paying this money out. We smell a rat. 13 bets this idiot made The total winnings were 76,000. He ended up only getting $21,965. So basically, he was making $415,000 a year on his two-way contract. So he gave up. Let's just say he never played again. Let's just say this was it. This was his contract. He was willing to give up $415,000 and the possibility to ever play in the NBA ever again over $21,965. I'm trying, but I can't do it. I can't. Fraud of the week, fraud of the century is John. I don't even think that's fraud. I think that's just the idiot of a lifetime. I mean, it's got Pete Rose all over the place. It oozes of Pete Rose. Lord have mercy. Lifetime ban for $21,000. Oh, by the way, if you needed the money, let's just say, you know what? I'm in over my head. I got a bunch of credit card debt. I need some help. I got to get out of this. Instead of going to bet, you know what? I'm going to call my brother. Maybe my brother can help me out. He's got a good job. My brother makes about $36 million a year. I'm going to call him. My brother's got a $179 million contract guaranteed coming to him. Maybe my brother can help me out with a couple of dollars. Did he call him? Nope. I'll just bet my way out of it. Because that has to be what it is. Oh my goodness. I just don't get it. Ooh. Hold on now, Brandon. Don't say Pete Rose. They just didn't say. You can't tell me that Pete Rose wasn't betting while he was playing. Don't start that. Pete Rose, while he was playing, literally lived at the dog track and at the horse track. Don't tell me that Pete Rose wasn't betting on baseball while he was playing. I don't want to hear it. Now, they may not be able to prove that he was doing it, but I don't want to hear that Pete Rose wasn't betting. No, he just, you know what? I'm done playing. I'm a degenerate gambler. But all of a sudden, I'm just going to start betting on baseball when I'm a manager. I don't believe that for a second. Now, again, they may not be able to prove it, but I know what I know about people, and Pete Rose was betting the entire time. He just was. Yes, Jontay is Michael Porter Jr.'s brother. That's what I'm saying. If you needed the money because you're look, people say gambling is a disease. I'm not here to dispute that. That's not my expertise. I'm a sports guy. I'm not here to tell you about the psychological deficiencies of a gambler. That's not what I do. So I'm not here to say that. All I know is if you're in trouble and you need the money, your brother's got the money. Now, maybe your brother's the tightest man in America and he's not going to help you. Okay, that's fine. But I bet he will because his brother did come out and say, I can attest to his character. I've known him all my life. I don't think he would throw away his career for a couple of dollars. Turns out he was wrong. Man, that guy is stupid. Just stupid. The man's sideshow said, I wonder if he got paid millions on the side. Well, that's a good point. But I would bet that he didn't because you don't have to go through crazy bookies anymore to make these bets. I mean, sports gambling is legal in a lot of places. So you don't have to make side bets to do any of that. You can make them legal. You can do it legally. I'm still trying to figure out because they haven't really said. It was like, was he making the bet? Like, did they track it back to his credit card? Because if that happened, He's the dumbest person on earth. He didn't even go the Ohtani route. Ohtani was betting, and I don't care what you say, Ohtani was betting. I don't care what you say, Ohtani was betting. At least he had a fall guy. He used the interpreter. Where's his interpreter? Where's his boy to take the fall? Hell, they got Jontay Porter. He was giving inside information to people. Oh, my God. I don't get it. Oh, Lord have mercy. Just giving inside information on your team and then making bets based that. Woo. I know people are dumb in this world, and I get that. This is just stupid. Woo. Yes. Him disclosing confidential information to people probably got him paid a little. Yeah, you're right. But that in itself, I think the betting is bad, and I think he could have been banned, and maybe he had an opportunity, because I don't think that he's going to get an opportunity to get back into the league. It's not the bet. The betting is bad. Don't get me wrong. But it's the disclosing of the confidential information that got him the lifetime ban and is going to get him, no, you're never coming back. I don't care. 10 years down the road, you're never coming back. That's what got him banned for life. Oh, yeah, I don't understand it. I really don't. I'm trying to understand, man. I'm trying to make him understand. He is just dumb. Again, you don't need the money. I don't care. If your brother, again, they're brothers. If you're in trouble, like real trouble, I got to believe that his brother would help him. If they're going to take your house from you, like you had a condo and they're going to foreclose on it, I got to believe that your brother would help you. He's not going to let you just sit out in the cold. I got to believe that. Maybe he wouldn't. I don't know him, but maybe he wouldn't if he really needed the money for something crazy. But just for betting, I mean, I wouldn't, if I was his brother, I wouldn't give him the money for that either. No. That's what's wild to me. You got a brother that's making $36 million a year. Whew. That's brutal. That is brutal. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But it is what it is. It is what it is, people. Lord have mercy. TikTok's doing this thing again. I apologize. It's over here kicking you off, just knocking you out of the app. I don't know what's going on. I apologize, people over on TikTok. It's been doing this the last 2 days. So, and you're right, my man Sideshow. They might start looking at his brother if he bet anything on the Nuggets. They might. I believe they probably did. I would guarantee that during the investigation, they looked to see if he bet anything on the Nuggets. And maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But I think Michael Porter Jr. is probably in the clear, because if he wasn't, I think that we would be talking about it, and something would come out. Because, look, we love Michael Porter Jr., but he's not no superstar. He's not a guy that they're going to sweep this under the rug to protect. If this was Jokic and Jokic was doing this, they would protect him. They just like Ohtani. Ohtani's being protected. So, whew. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. There's just dumb people in this world that just can't get out of their own way. $21,000. Let's call it 22 because it was 21,965. Let's call it 22 grand, and you're making 400. Forget the 21 grand. You were willing to sacrifice $415,000 for $22,000. That's my whole thing. That's not, if you're a gambler, that's not even a smart gamble. You're willing to give this up in order to make that? What are you doing? Oh, Lord have mercy, people. I'm trying, but I can't get there. Jontay Porter, make it make sense. Fraud of the century. Idiot of our lifetime. Because although I believe Pete Rose was betting on baseball the entire time, number one, that he was playing, coaching, all of it, they couldn't prove that he was betting on it while he was playing, or at least they didn't come out and say that. Maybe they did have the proof and they just didn't want to throw him all the way under the bus and said, hey, if you agree to this lifetime ban, we won't come out with the stuff that's going to compromise your career. Maybe that's it. Although people that know anything, they understand that Pete Rose was betting, just let it slide. Jontay Porter, they got proof. Not only did you bet for your team to lose games, you bet on you underperforming yourself. It is literally the definition of point shaving. Literally the definition of point shaving. That's what this idiot did. Cost yourself. You get all the way to your dream of playing in the NBA. You're a fringe guy on a two-way contract, making $415,000 a year. You're doing your thing. You're playing in the NBA. I'd rather bet. Whew. And I don't want to hear from the people that say the NBA sponsors sports betting. It's on every commercial. Why? It's not that big a deal. I don't understand. If they sponsor it, why won't they let the guys do it? Literally for Jontay Porter. That's why. Giving out classified information to bettors. That's why. That is exactly why. Gee, many Christmas. That to me, I don't understand why people always try to go that route with the defense. I don't get it. They always go that route, talking about, the league sponsors sports betting. Why can't they bet? Because how about a little integrity of the game? We got to have that, don't we? Not to mention, hey, this is their league. They decide the rules. And when I say they, the commissioner, the owners, the NBA, they make the rules. There's nothing that says that you have to play in the NBA. Nobody forces you to play in the NBA. So if you don't want to abide by their rules, then don't play. But if you do want to be in their league, these are the rules. These are the consequences if you break them. Period. End of story. I've been around a NFL or NBA locker room a time or two. Outside the locker room, there is one of the biggest signs out there that says no gambling. I don't know that as a professional that you can walk into a locker room at any time and not see it. It's outside the locker room. Or at least it used to be. Hell, it might be in everybody's locker at this point in time. No gambling. It literally tells you. People do it anyway. People do it anyway. Unbelievable. Let's get to some comments here. Darren Howard got a great comment. He made $400K. Willing to bet he didn't have $400K. Feds take half. Yep. $200K goes fast when you're trying to keep up with your peers. And in lies the problem. Trying to keep up with his peers. Maybe he's trying to keep up with his brother. I think his brother's got to tell him, hey, bro, we're going out to dinner. I got it. Okay? You keep your ducats. You stack your chips up and keep doing this NBA dream. Anytime we go out to dinner, I got it. I mean, again, his brother might be the cheapest man in America, and maybe he's like, nope, you're paying. I get that. That's his brother's money. That's not his money. So I understand that. But Lord, and again, I understand trying to keep up with the Joneses. I've been part of that too. When I was younger, trying to keep up with people that I didn't make the same kind of money that they did, but I wanted to do the same things that they were doing. And finally, I got to a point where I'm like, well, shit, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this anymore. You know, they got money to burn. I don't have money to burn. I need to go to the cheap strip club. I don't need to go to the expensive strip club. Okay? I'm gonna need to go to the $2 you call it on the drinks. I need to go to that strip club. Then, then I can live a little bit. I don't need to go to the one where it's $100 just to get in. No. That's not me. That's not me. Or at least it didn't need to be me. And I found alternative ways to go. That's just me, though. That's just me. Mike DeRuler. Do y'all think money corrupted him or exposed who he really was? Well, that's kind of the thing, my man, is they always say that money doesn't change you. Money only enhances what you already are. That's always been the golden rule, is that money doesn't change you. Money only enhances what you already were and now allows you to do. So, maybe he was always a gambler. I don't know. My man Eric over on TikTok makes a great point, is that the family is a really religious or Christian family. So, but there's always a black sheep. In every family, there's a black sheep. Somebody that's not doing things the way that they were raised. There's always that in every family. So, unfortunately, this got him caught up. I don't know what he's going to do, because some people, he can go overseas. No, he can't. What overseas team is going to take a guy that's point shaving? His career is over in basketball. It is over. They don't want any part of that over there. You can't go over there and be a point shaver. They're not letting you do that. So we'll see. We'll see. And that's a good point. My man Sideshow says, I'm not betting on myself to play bad. That's how you know it must be bad. If you're betting on yourself to play bad, and technically he got out of I'm not actually going to play bad. I'm just going to be sick. And so I can't go back into the game. Because the thing, you get out there, your competitive juices start going, I'm not going to let this guy crush me. Not to mention, I'm on a 2-way contract. I can't just go out here and play bad. Because if I go out here and play bad, that'll be the end of that. But if I'm sick, then, hey, you know what? He was sick. He couldn't play. There's a difference. But he ain't slick. He ain't slick. And that's the whole thing. He's trying to pull the old, hey, I'm going to sit back. I'm the bus driver. I'm going to spin the wheel with my finger. I'm the cool driver. You ain't slick. You ain't slick, Jontay. And they caught your ass, and boom. Professional career, as far as a basketball player, over. Time to go sell insurance. You're going to have to do something, but playing basketball, I don't even know, let's just say he has a degree or he goes and gets his degree. Is he going to coach basketball? No. I mean, any high school, anybody that does any research on him, do you want this guy that got kicked out of the league being a teacher? Probably not. Can he coach college basketball? 1,000,000% no. I think his career in basketball is over. I think it's over. So, which is sad. It's sad that somebody would be that dumb. It's sad. So, and I think he's probably a guy. Look, let's just be honest. He's better than Giannis's brother. I mean, Giannis's brother has no business being in the NBA, and we all see it every time he gets on the damn court. And Jontay Porter is much better than him. So, I mean, he could have been in the league, even a into the bench guy for a decade because he's got skills. He does. He's got skills. I'm not saying he'd ever be a star. I'm not saying he's going to be a big-time rotation guy. He could have been, but I'm not saying that. But I think he could have been in the league for 8 to 10 years doing what he's doing, giving you some valuable minutes, being a good practice guy, being a good guy in the locker room. He could have done that. You can make a real good living doing that too in the NBA. A good living. But instead, he chose to gamble. Career over. Boom, let's move on. As always, man, everybody, again, I appreciate everybody being here. We're live on TikTok, live on YouTube, 9 a.m. Central, Monday through Friday. Big B Daily. We appreciate it. Again, anytime that you feel like, if you like what we're doing and you want to support the show, man, we appreciate it. A multitude of ways, especially on YouTube. The super chats are wide open. Get you put right to the front of the line. Any comment or question that you have, any gifts or tips that you want to send on TikTok, we appreciate that. But more importantly, everybody, just like, share, and follow. All that good stuff, man. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. So the last topic of the day, man, the NCAA adopted an unlimited transfer rule. And I know what you're going to say immediately. Brian, what the hell are you talking about? People have been transferring left and right, and they've been playing right away. And that's true. The difference is that the NCAA, they actually passed a rule now saying that unlimited transfers. Before, NCAA had in place, well, you could transfer once. If you transferred again, you had to, number one, either get a waiver or you had to sit out a full season. Well, that wasn't enforceable because every time people went to court, they were winning. And the NCAA kept losing. Well, finally, the NCAA is saying, you know what? I'm done with this. We'll just pass a rule. You can transfer as many times as you want. You can play immediately as long as you're working yourself towards a degree. Boom, that's it. I don't care. I'm throwing my hands up. You guys don't want us to enforce any rules, then we won't enforce any rules. Well, matter of fact, we'll start making rules, and then you guys have to deal with the fallout. I mean, look, the NCAA is horrible. They make horrible decisions all the time, stuff that doesn't make sense. But here, they were actually trying to do the right thing. They were trying to do the right thing. So we appreciate it, what they at least attempted to do. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So, I don't like it. If I'm you guys, I don't like it. I know what you're saying, Ben. I get that. My man Ben over on YouTube saying lazy move from the NCAA, in my opinion. Kind of, but is it lazy? I mean, they tried to enforce the rule, and every time they try to enforce it, they get sued and they lose. So what else do you want them to do? I mean, number one, if I'm the NCAA, I'm tired of spending legal fees on something. I mean, people are blaming them for not enforcing this. Well, then they try to enforce it, and then they get sued, and then they got to pay money, and they've lost every single time. Well, now what do you want us to do? We're not going to keep paying money for legal fees. So you guys clearly don't want us to legislate this anymore. We're done with it. We're done. You guys figure it out. What do you guys want to see happen? You come to us, university presidents. You come to us and you tell us what you want to do. And maybe this is what they wanted. Maybe the presidents came to them. Because remember, The NCAA is only an enforcement. Like the presidents don't work for them. They're just a governing body. That's all the NCAA is a governing body. So they try to make rules to enforce, and if they don't like it, they've been sued. But that's what the NCAA is there for. And it doesn't seem like a lot of people are in for it. Doesn't seem like a lot of people want it. Doesn't seem like a lot of people are that interested. And now the NCAA has just said, to hell with it. Like I said, the NCAA has made horrible decisions over time. But what do you want? I mean, at this point, it's a free-for-all. And yeah, Ben, that's it. My man Ben again says, yeah, because they're trying to force the hand of the universities. But what are they supposed to do? They're trying. They keep getting sued and losing. The courts keep siding with the players or with the athletes and keep saying it's antitrust rules. You're breaking the rules. Well, okay, fine. Here you go. Here's a rule. Deal with it. Move on. Ugh, I don't know. It's ugly. In my opinion, it's ugly. And I don't know how it's actually even going to get fixed, to be quite honest with you. I don't know how it's going to get fixed. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So we will see what happens. I just, yeah, that's a good point, my man, Sideshow. They keep moving the goalposts. Exactly. Part of it is, it starts out, it's the NCAA's problem. It's their fault to begin with. That's number one. Okay? It's because they didn't come out with strong enough rules initially. When all this stuff started, it's their fault. They initially created this nonsense. But then, when shit started hitting the fan, then all of a sudden, well, hold on a second. Well, we want to do that. It was too late. The avalanche, it was already on top of them, and they couldn't get out of there. The avalanche was already on top of them, and they just couldn't get out. Again, TikTok doing its thing. Lord have mercy. It's crushing us. It's killing us. So, but yeah, that's what's happening with the NCAA. They tried to do what they thought was right. Didn't work. Getting crushed. Getting humiliated. It's an ugly look. And I'm not sure how they get out of it, to be honest with you. I'm not sure how they get out of this. So, I really don't. We'll see what happens. But I'm just, let me ask you guys, what would you guys want to see happen? I guess that's a better question. What would you all want to see happen? Because for me, the NCAA has just said they're trying, but it's too late now. I think Congress is going to have to get involved. So, my man Mike the Ruler says, year by year, the NCAA model and structure is looking obsolete. I don't know the solution, but it's time for an updated system. I agree. For so many years, the NCAA had that model, and then they got people to believe, well, you're getting a free education, and that's all you need. Okay, and that's fine. But for so many years, you couldn't work. And I just always use myself as an example. I got a scholarship to Kansas State. Full ride. Okay. However, you still need money because they didn't give you just all this money to do anything with. And I know what a lot of people say. Hey, man, you know how many people out there get student loans to go to college? I agree. Hey, if you don't have enough money, go and get a student loan. Because my mom was a school teacher, and on whatever her salary was at the time, I'm sure it was like $48,000, $50,000. She didn't have enough money to just, hey, Brian, here's $1,000 a month. Here's $500 a month. She didn't have that to just give to me. She had to live her own life. So that's number one. However, at $48,000, $50,000 a year, the Pell Grant that I qualified for was $100 a semester. That's how much Pell Grant money I qualified for. $100 a semester, $200 a year. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a few of you in this chat. $100 went a long way with some Ron Rio. A long way, on some Ron Rio. So don't let me think that, I didn't have a good time with that $100. But either way is $100. So, and the thing about that is that you couldn't work. They didn't allow you to work. So I agree. Hey, maybe you got to get a student loan, but that's for people that are also allowed to work. When they don't allow you to work, what are you supposed to do? Now you're forcing me to go into debt versus allowing me to actually get a job. What am I supposed to do? Like I said, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And it'll only make me mad, so let's move on. Let's talk about something else. What is my man? NCAA has to admit to its mistakes, and they have lost control. Make internal changes, then come out swinging with a new set of enforcement. I agree 100%, Ben, but they won't admit their mistakes. They won't do that. And if the NCAA is not careful, they're going to end up being obsolete and people are going to leave. So that's just my personal opinion. NBA Finals, Nuggets in Boston. That seems to be the consensus. And if it's Nuggets in Boston, do we trust Boston to beat the Nuggets? Because I know I don't. I don't trust Boston. The Clippers and the Celtics. People are sleeping on the Clippers, aren't they? People are sleeping on the Clippers. I think if the Clippers are healthy, I think the Clippers got a shot. If the Clippers are healthy, they got a shot. This is their year. It's got to be, don't it? The problem is the team that they face in the first round, even when they're healthy, is the Mavs, and the Mavs give the Clippers all they want and more. I would be honest. If the Clippers can get out of the first round, they're going to be in the Western Conference Finals. That's what I think. And I think they can give Denver tons of trouble. But yeah, you're right. Sideshow. If, you're right. Houston Davis, will you stop with the Knicks? Stop it with the Knicks. He got the Knicks in OKC. OKC's never even been, their unit, nobody's even played in the playoffs before. That ain't happening, man. No. So that ain't happening. And the Knicks are losing in the first round. I'm sorry. It's happening. I know you're mad at me. I get it. But you're just going to have to be mad at me because the Knicks are losing in the first round. They are losing in the first round. 76ers, baby. Embiid. I'm riding Embiid. No, Diddy. I like Embiid. So, outside of Boston, who else in the East? Nobody. Milwaukee is a fraud. First of all, Giannis ain't going to play. They keep talking about, well, he's going to be doubtful for game one. Giannis ain't playing this whole series, man. He's out. And even if he's there, the Pacers have Milwaukee's number. So, out. Yeah, Milwaukee's not to mention, Milwaukee has one of the greatest coaches on the face of the earth, Doc Rivers. Forgot about that. 031 Doc. Lord have mercy. So, yeah, they're out, man. They're out. Big B, what will you do if somehow OKC does go to the finals? You're dead set against them. I'm not dead set against them. I don't have a dog in the fight. If they make it, it'll just go against conventional wisdom. But if they make it, more power to them. I'm not rooting against OKC to make the finals. Let's not mistake that. I'm not rooting against them. I'm just saying experience matters. And we've never seen a team with no experience the first year they get in the playoffs end up in the finals. We've never seen that. Doesn't mean it can't happen. Doesn't mean it wouldn't be cool if it happened. I'm just saying it hasn't happened. That's all I'm saying. So conventional wisdom in the NBA, we've always seen teams have to take their lumps. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So, but I like OKC. I think they got a good roster. You know what? You got anything on the Garcia-Haney fight? The pre-fight media has been awkward. Hey, man, I hope Haney knocks out Garcia in the first 5 seconds. Okay? Now, look, and here's the reason why. I'll be the first person to admit I'm a casual boxing fan. I watch, I pay attention. I know what I'm looking at when I'm watching a boxing match, but I'm not the guy that knows a ton about boxing. I don't. Knows about all the participants. I don't. I think that's why a lot of y'all respect me. When I know something, I'll talk about it. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. And boxing, I'm a casual guy. But Garcia yesterday went to a Mets game, and they didn't want his punk ass throwing out the first pitch at a Mets game. So he gets on social media saying, F the Mets this, F the Mets that. Look, really? Really? I'm done with you. I'm done with you. We don't need you, number one. Okay? We don't need you throwing out no first pitch. You ain't no celebrity. You ain't no superstar. Don't nobody know you. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Okay? The Mets already struggle, although we are fighting back, if you've noticed. You keep your eye on the Mets. We are fighting back. And bottom line is, I'm done with Garcia. I'm done with him. He already got embarrassed once, got that shot to the liver, got that liver shot, went down to a knee, couldn't get up. Now he's about to get his head beaten in by Haney. I'm done with him. Done. Don't be coming for my Mets, okay? We're a proud group. A proud group. By the way, people, Steelers Almighty on YouTube. Go and check it out. Steelers Almighty. Another episode came out yesterday. Go and check that out. All the information that you need. Should the Steelers trade for Brandon Ayuk? Go check it out. What are they going to do with Cam Hayward and Najee Harris' contract? Should they give Najee Harris a 5th year? Should they pick up his 5th year option? And then the overall draft grades, or not draft grades, the overall depth chart grades as of right now, how the Steelers are constructed right now. Go and check all that out. You can find it over on YouTube. Again, it's youtube.com/Steelers Almighty. Go and check it out. Again, if you're on TikTok, give me a follow. Click on the link in the bio. Come subscribe to Big B Sports Talk. More importantly, you can go get to Steelers Almighty from there. So, and go subscribe there as well. We're going to shut this one down for today, people. We appreciate everybody being in here. Thank you, guys. Again, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Time, Big B Daily. We will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow's Fraud Friday. So we'll see who is a fraud of the week. We're going to have our top 10 list. We're still our top 5 list, excuse me. We're putting that together on best 5 players in the NFL. We'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Aloha.